Kia ora and welcome back. This is part 2 of my Loot Route Survivor's Guide for the Svetloyarsk spawn group in the northern part of the map up here. And we are picking up exactly where we left off, part 1, which is just down by the Turovo roadblock. And if you recall, if you've watched that, we are going to be heading up over the train track, over the hill, and heading off to Cernaya Polyana. And we'll pick up our adventure on the outskirts of Cernaya Polyana. Right, this is Cernaya Polyana. It seems to me like the name on the sign should be an awful lot longer, but it isn't. So we just literally, as I said, we followed the train track. You hit this road, you come up this road, the asphalt road, none of the dirt roads. There's a little like truck graveyard down there, and there's a little house over there, and there's a barn. But this is the sort of the start of it. And it's kind of like a triangle. We're gonna go to the fire department first. What are we after? What's our plan? What are we after? What's our plan? Always have a plan. My plan here is good warm clothes, which is actually really probably firefighters' clothes. So if we can get firefighters' clothes, leather pants, again, you will only find those on my server, which is fine. I don't think they've got great insulation. Best insulation. Really? Okay, well we'll take them. If you say so. So we'll take the leather pants. You won't have those on official, sorry. But we'll be in our schnazzy leather pants, which you can't see. Crowbar we don't need at this stage. So let's just go have a look and get to FD, right? That's fire department. Right, so for you, if you don't have the luxury of leather pants, you could pick up a set of firefighters' pants. And a firefighter's jacket, which is what I want, because that will keep me a lot warmer up here. Till I get like maybe a hunter's jacket, which would be my preference. We'll just settle with that, thank you. And I don't mind the black and yellow. I mean, the yellow stands out a lot. Not a lot you can do about that. Nothing else out here. Right, so we're gonna head up into the town itself, and we'll have a little moochie, and we'll grab a bit of water. I guess the it's a bit of an odd looking place. This, I mean, I guess the shtick is that it used to be like some kind of an oil processing place. It has lots of this pipe work just like running through the town, which is odd. Ooh, nice jump. But you know, whatever. That's the shtick they're going with. What's that? A hockey helmet. Okay. There's somebody over there. There you are. Cernaya Polyana. What did we get? What did we get? What did we get? We got a kitchen knife. We got better gear, is what we got. You know, and that's what you get. We have picked up a better jacket. We have picked up better pants. We have picked up a bag, which is of a reasonable size and an absolutely dreadful color. We didn't pick up any gloves, which is a bit of a shame. But there you go. We picked up rope, and you can make that into a belt. So I'm going to do that. Because it gives us a place to store our knife out of the way. So we can put that on, we can equip that, and then we can take our... we're currently using the kitchen knife. The hunting knife is on its last legs. And I don't want to destroy it, because it is a good knife. So I'm hoping to get something to sharpen it with. And we picked up a hatchet. Oh, where did you put this? You should not be in there. You should be on the rope belt. That's right, and then you could be there. I'm holding out for a tactical belt that I can put you on. Yeah, and we picked up we watered. We picked up some spite. We're not interested in food, but we did pick up some pike or whatever that is, brisket. There's a chicken if you wanted a chicken, but we don't want a chicken because it's just carrying stuff. I picked up a compass, which is good. Helps us point in the right direction. I just need to make sure we're all good. Are we all good? Is everything good? Our bag needs a bit of a repair. Let's repair it. We don't want it to get into a ruined state. You're running around and some Zed sneaks up behind you, attacks you, destroys your bag. Oh man. It's the end of that. So let's not do that. And look, it's about incremental gains, right? Don't get disheartened. You go to a place, you go to a town, and you think, we're going this way by the way, and you think, oh, you know, I only got one pair of shoes. That's a win. Look, my shoes are damaged. I need new shoes, or I need a leather kit to fix my shoes. So you know, incremental gains. But as you probably saw, there's a reason why to go to Cernaya Polyana. A lot of those houses that are built up, which is not bad. A lot of those garage sheds, lockups kind of things. They're usually pretty good for stuff. You can find all kinds of stuff in those. You've got the store, the hunting store. Possibly you can find things in there from time to time. You have those little shop kiosks. You got water. So it's not all in all. I mean, it's still, you know, this is still tier 1 kind of area. So all in all, it's not that bad, and it's definitely worth a try. So it's worth the loop. So we've looped round, and we are now facing Novodmitrovsk, which is the first real city that we're going to come across. Svetlo is remember when I said coming up from Bereziki boats, there's a mast up there, and I said if you follow that mast, there's the mast. So that's where the mast takes you to if you go up that way. Yeah, remember I said about you know, Svetlo being a town. Well, this is arguably the city. So there's a lot to do in here, but that said, the big industrial area I usually don't bother with. Not great for loot. All of the apartments and things, again, a nice place to hide out. If it's real busy and there's a lot of people, it's a nice place to hide out. The water is up behind the main central building up there, the one with the spire. It's up behind that. Lots of apartments, lots of things, not a lot of prime loot. There are a lot of outbuildings and things. You can see some garages and sheds and various other bits and pieces that you can get stuff from. Up in the hills beyond is heading out towards the northern route, and that's fine, but we're not going that way. There's other buildings out there. The hospital building is up on the hill. The police department building is down from that. I don't think you can see it at the minute. It's kind of over there. And then, you know, there's a whole lot of things, and this is the main highway that stretches all the way to Novaya Petrovka, which is where we're going to finish. So for us, this is it. We get into Novo, we do Novo, we're going to run pretty much up through the center of Novo to the water, so I can show you where the water is. We're going to go up the hill to medical. We're going to find the police department, and then we're going to go back down again. Just be aware there are wolves and things on that hill, so do be aware of that. And then there's a whole load of industrial stuff and other things along there, which is you know, things that I'm not really super interested in at this stage, personally speaking. If you were going to make Novo your base, and you were going to go up into these apartment blocks up here and find a place to make a base, then sure, you might want to spend more time running around the industrial stuff looking for things like pliers and saws and wire and boxes of nails and various other bits and pieces. But for us, on the survival trail, on the loot trail, what are we really expecting from Novo? Water, decent pair of gloves, maybe a new pair of shoes. At the police, we might pick up a suppressor. We might pick up some 919s. We might pick up what else might we pick up? Probably not a lot. A leather kit, maybe somewhere we might pick up a leather kit. New pair of shoes, that kind of thing. I'm not expecting a lot in Novo, to be honest. I mean, we're going to do it. We're going to have a look around. We're going to look for some of the key things, like I said, medical and police and water. But realistically, big cities like this, low tiers, you spend a lot of time running around and not necessarily find a lot of great loot. So anyway, that's next. I'll see you soon. I was just saying, oh, and a cooking pot, you legend. So I was just saying that let's get rid of that. What we want to do is we want to get rid of that. We'll drop that. We now have a fully functioning gas stove. Genius. Love this stuff. This is what you want. The gas stove, the pot isn't in great condition. I think you can fix it with a gas burner or epoxy. I'd need to check on that. But anyway, just as I was about to take a little break, I heard the wolves howling, and I thought I'd call you in because you need to know how to deal with wolves. And the first thing I'd say to deal with wolves is get in a building or on top of a car. So if you can get into a building, great. If you can get on top of a car, great. They'll just keep howling. I mean, the thing is, if there's other players around in Novo, they'll hear that and know that there's somebody over here, because wolves don't howl unless there's players around. So they'll get louder and louder and louder, and they're going to come our way, and we might have to get a little bit noisy, because there's no easy way to deal with wolves without a suppressed weapon or a crossbow. So that's fine. They should be coming. They're over there somewhere. They're getting pretty loud, so they should be here anytime. Try and keep an eye out for them. That looks like one there, up there on the hill. Gradually walking this way. Oh, here it comes. So we can probably get prepared for the fact that this is the noise that we're going to make shooting the wolves is going to attract some Zeds. Let's see, where are you? There they are. Really confused. Right, so, a bit messy, but kind of knew it was going to get a bit messy. A whole load of dead. You got wolves. You can eat wolf. If you don't know, you can chop that up and you can eat it. You get wolf steaks and guts and fur that you can tan if you want to get into that. Oh, and a Mark II. Heavens. So yeah, so there you go. A whole bunch of things, bits and pieces. I was, like I said, just about to actually take a break, and I think I will take a break. But I had to show you wolves, so you got an indication of maybe a way to deal with them, and also how dangerous they can be. One hit, and you start bleeding, and they can one hit you in the head, and you're dead if you're not careful. So there you go. Anyway, I'll see you when we get around to doing Nova Way. Well, welcome back. This is where we say goodbye to Novodmitrovsk. Yeah, well, maybe you picked up on some of the things there, maybe you didn't. We lost our knife, sadly. We ended up going through our knife. Just gonna have a little drink. um, I didn't find any sharpening stones, which, fair enough. I didn't really find any, outdoor privies, which is where you find the sharpening stone sort of 9 times out of 10. But you can find them in other places. Pardon me. And I didn't find any in there. We did find a holster, which is great if we can put our 22 back in it. So the 22 is very good. It's very good at short range, but it's only a 22, so you do need to be aware that it's not a super weapon. We didn't find a better bag. Found the same bag. Didn't find a bigger bag. Found other kinds of bags, but not the bag I wanted. Not worried about a hat. We did find a better pair of gloves. Found a lovely warm pair of woolen gloves, the bicolor gloves with the fingertips in them, which is great. So we've got those, and we've got those up to a good condition, and we found a new pair of shoes. Always try and swap out for good shoes. We found this, which has 919s. I do believe my submachine gun takes 919s, so we're going to unload that little sucker. Because we want the magazines. Sorry, we want the rounds, but we don't want the magazine. The unlock at this stage, so we'll not worry about that. We have filled up our water bottle and had a drink. We have picked up some cans of sardines, which is extra food, which is great. I turned down a bag of rice because I just didn't want to be bothered carrying any more food, to be honest. We have more of this stuff, which we can certainly drink and get rid of. May as well. No point in taking up all that inventory space. And the holster helps with that as well, because the holster means that you can put the gun out of your inventory. It takes up in a different position on your body. Obviously got some 22s, 919s, we've got some shotgun. We had to use some tincture because we got cut. We picked up the duct tape, which is great. Does anything need repaired? My hat could do with repair, because I was hit a couple of times by a couple of Zeds. No matter how hard you try, you can't be 100% stealthy around Zeds. They eventually pick you up at some point. So we'll hang on to the duct tape for now. We're still doing pretty good. We got a box of 919s. We got a box of brisket food, which is fine. We may as well have that now. It's as much use in our tummy as it is in our inventory. And what else? Oh yes, we filled up our cooking pot with water, so it now has water in it. You can still put food in it. It registers the food as being damp, which is fine. You can still eat it. It keeps for ages. I mean, it's disgusting. You've got dried mackerel, in water. I mean, you can only imagine, but you can drink the water and eat the mackerel, and it saves you space. But if you don't actually accidentally take the pot off and you put the pot back down, and you can buy the whole stove, not just the pot. So yeah, it's disgusting, but it works. I mean, there you go. We got a can of beans in reserve, and we got what's this? It's a box of 22s. No, 76254s we're carrying around. Still got our jam, still got our map. So let's have a look at our map and see where we are going from here. So we're up here at Novo, right up at the very top, and we started up here by the train station, and we mooched more or less through the middle, right up through to the town square, and up to the water up at the top. I was going to do the houses up at the top because they're the kind of places where you're likely to find slightly better loot, but there's just too many Zeds. So then we came up the hill to medical, and we had a nosy around there. Didn't find anything in the medical center, and we came down to the police station, and we had a nosy around there, obviously, and then we came down to the industrial area, and we've come down through the kind of little western outskirts, villagey kind of industrially place, and we're standing here on the outskirts, ready to head off to our next destination. And our next destination is going to be this sleepy little town, which is on this route, which I dare say, pardon me, will be absolutely riddled with Zeds, because it does tend to be riddled with Zeds. This is Svergino. Nice little place to go to, but yes, absolutely riddled with Zeds. So we're going to go to Svergino, and we're going to see what we get there. Much in the same as vein as what we initially said before, which is it would be very, very good if we could pick up the various bits and pieces that we want, which is a better bag, I guess. We could do with a leather kit, just in case. We could do with a sharpening stone. We could now do with a better knife, because we don't actually have a knife. We've got one hatchet, which is badly damaged, which we don't really want to run out of. So any knife actually would be a win. And other than that, we're fine. We've got enough food. We've got enough of everything else. So what we're going to do is, it's heading off towards evening. We're going to head up the road. There's this little industrial area up here, which has a few containers and various other bits and pieces in it that we'll potentially go and have a look at and see if there's anything useful in there before heading up the road to Svergino. Right, here we are at Svergino, which is, it's literally just up the road. So the little industrial's down there, the dam, you know, and if you look further in the distance, that's just the road to Novo. So we've literally just come straight up the road to Svergino, and yeah, we're gonna have a look, see what we can get. A bear. Oh boy. Probably not going to run across many of those in Svergino unofficial. I don't remember putting a bear down here, but it somehow got itself down here. So I heard it. Yeah, you don't want to mess with a bear. Just don't even entertain the thought unless you've got high caliber heavy weaponry and a great vantage point. Do not mess with the bear. He's even worse than the mummy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is Svergino. There's a chicken up there somewhere making a hell of a racket. I don't know what's going on with the sunlight, with the shadow. I'll go and stand over here next to this chicken just to be annoying. So yeah, so that is Svergino. Gosh, it makes me sweat. Really makes me sweat, that one. I'm just gonna get further away from these Zeds so they don't cause any havoc, which is fine. Yeah, Svergino. Ah, man, I can't remember. Easier unofficial? I think it's a lot easier unofficial. On my server, it's crawling with Zeds, which is there everywhere you turn, as you can see, and somehow there's a bear. Oh, I know why there's a bear, because there's an old ruin up there, an old castle ruin up there. There's usually not a lot in it, and on an official server, by all means, go have a look. But I'm not going near that bear. So there you go. Yeah. So normally I wouldn't zigzag around, but there are good buildings on both sides of the road on Svergino, and there's some slightly further up as well. And obviously you saw the water pump was up on the hill a little bit. So if you do need to get water, I don't need water, but if you do need to get water, that would be the place to get it. And there's some of these elevated buildings and the timber buildings and outbuildings and various other bits and pieces. So we picked up some more bladed weaponry in terms of a couple of scythes. I dare say that some of my equipment is in need of assistance after being bashed a couple of times by Zeds. Like I said, they're just everywhere. So that wasn't ideal. We didn't get a sharpening stone, so I'm kind of conscious I don't want to wreck. I don't want to wreck the hatchet. So we've got these scythes, which are very handy, and we have these shotgun cartridges, which we can probably accommodate. I don't think that bear's getting quite noisy over there. Don't think it attacks Zeds, but never know. The Zeds are continuing to walk my way. I do wish they wouldn't. Let's go and stand a little bit further away. Just a little bit further away. On a hay bale. so there's Svergino. Yes, so I was saying, what did we pick up? We picked up some more ammunition. We didn't pick up any 22s. We're out of 22s, oddly enough. I ran into some Zeds earlier on the way up here, and we didn't pick up a better bag, and now our holster is not looking in great condition. So yeah, it's been a bit of a sweat actually, this one to here, and things are scarce on the ground. So if we have a quick look at our map, where are we? So here we are, outskirts of Svergino, and we've come up here, and there's that little ruin up at the top, which is where the bear has come from. This is an easy route. If it wasn't an easy route, you could go and do Turovo, which is that camp up there. It's a very good little camp to do. It does have its particular risks, and on this server, it's pretty tough. So we won't be doing it as part of this easy loot route. But by all means, if you're unofficial, go have a look at Turovo. It's very good. And I'll probably be doing another harder loot route for the Svetlo spawn, where we will go and do the likes of Turovo and Kamensk and all of those kind of bits and things that are slightly more removed and slightly trickier. So anyway, that's the situation. Svergino. There's the quarry here, which has some quarry buildings and various other bits and pieces and whatnot. I don't know if that was the kind of thing that you wanted to do. And then we're going on to Sverograd, which you have seen, hopefully, and will form part of this loot route. But it will form part of the next part of the loot route, because the next part of the loot route will be doing Sverograd, and we'll do Ratno, and we'll do the military farm at Zaprudno, and then Novaya Petrovka, which is where we will end. But this one, there's just been quite a bit to do on this one to get us here. And look, hey, we're not doing too bad, okay? I mean, and as I said with these things, wherever the heck, maybe there's more than one bear up there. I don't know. It sounds like there's quite a few. It's incremental gains, right? I mean, we have a shotgun, which we probably need to load, to be perfectly frank. So we've got a shotgun, we've got a submachine gun, which is probably in need of loading. So we can load that, put that on. Where's the machine gun? There we go. May as well carry the ammunition in the magazine, right? There we go. So we've got the submachine gun. We've got this silenced pistol, which is good for taking out Zeds at very close range, but we need some bullets. We've got a coat, which is keeping us warm. We haven't shivered in a while, have we? You haven't heard of shivering or anything like that. We've got a belt. We've got some leather pants. We've got a bag. It's a bright coloured bag, but it's a bag. We've got a winter coif, which is keeping it warm. We've got gloves that are keeping us warm. We've got good shoes. We've got food and water out of our ears. We have disinfectant. We're down to one bandage, and I think 1.5 bandages in a stack of disinfected rags. We've got enough stuff. We've got our multivits. We're not going to be getting sick anytime soon, so we don't need any of that stuff that we need to worry about. So incremental gains, incremental gains. There's that bear again. You're really in the way, aren't you? Yeah, incremental gains, and that's what the game is about. So we've got some stuff, we've progressed, we've moved forward, we're alive. I've covered some tips and tricks about running around and grabbing things and looking after yourself, and that is probably notionally what keeps the experienced players alive versus the noobs. Is we know how to avoid getting sick, we know how to avoid getting infections, we know how to avoid bears, we know how to avoid the infected. So there you go. So that's the end of this part of the Svetlo Spawn Easy Loot Loot Survivor's Guide, and I'll bring you in the next one when we're heading off to our next destination. Not with a bear. See you soon.
PlayStation